NIC got the fucking juice.
Silver's the new gold.
Man, we are so close to Shedeur coming to Pittsburgh. We're finally about to have a quarterback. Man, if they pass on Shedeur Sanders, I promise on everything I love, I will crash out on here and I will disown the Steelers, man. They better not play with me tonight. They better not play with me tonight. If Shedeur Sanders is on the board at 21 and he gets passed up on by Pittsburgh, I am going to have the biggest crash out that you have ever seen on YouTube. That's a promise, man. They cannot mess this night up for me, man. I've been praying to the football gods for this. Oh my goodness, man. We are finally about to have a real quarterback. They better not mess this up for me. They better not mess this up for me. We are only a few picks away. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in wherever you're watching. I know we're live streaming just randomly, but I was really not expecting for Shedeur to really slide this way. I was not expecting this. I was not expecting for the Saints to take Kelvin Banks over Shedeur. Man, we're about to react to this thing live. Shout out to my guy K5 in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's tapped in wherever you're watching, YouTube, X, Facebook. We are live, celebrating, and waiting on the arrival of Shedeur Sanders to Pittsburgh. Wow, we are so close. We are so close. We are this close to Shedeur Sanders becoming the Steeler. They cannot mess this up for me. They cannot. The Colts got the tight end they were looking for, the player they've been hoping to get. They just drafted Tyler Warren. That's a really good pickup. Who's going to throw him the football, though? Man, we are so close, man. We are only 6 picks away from reality happening or dreams becoming reality. Holy smokes, man. Holy smokes. I just might cry if we draft Shedeur Sanders tonight, bro. The only thing that can ruin this emotional high that I'm on right now is passing on Shedeur Sanders. We cannot pass on him. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, if we pass on Shedeur Sanders, I'm crashing out. I'm crashing out straight up. Straight up. The coach just took Tyler Warren. Man, I don't know. He's a good player, but who's throwing him the football? Daniel Jones? Anthony Richardson? Anthony Richardson ain't going to be able to get him the football. But I like Tyler Warren, though. I think that he was one of the best 5 players in the draft. I don't think Colson Loveland is better than him, personally, but I don't fault the Bears for taking Colson Loveland because you kind of are getting, like, great value brand Brock Bowers in a sense. He's more so a slot receiver or a big slot, if that's what you want to call it. You can move him in the slot. You can line him out wide. But Tyler Warren, I think, is just a better overall athlete than what Colson Loveland is, and I think he'll end up having a better career. But with Ben Johnson, though, I think he'll definitely be able to get the most out of a guy like a Colson Loveland. But, man, man, listen, I don't care what you think about Shedeur, how you feel about him. I think at best, I think at worst, you're getting Andy Dalton. At best, though, man, you're going to end up having one of the best quarterbacks in the league. We are so close to the Steelers finally fixing their long-term quarterback problem. And the NFL is just going to gift it to us. We don't even have to trade up for him. That's what's even more insane about this. A few months ago, I was asking, like, are the Steelers going to be willing to trade up for Shedeur? Are they going to have to trade up there with Carolina to make it happen? How about the Jaguars getting Travis Hunter, though? You can say they gave up a lot to get him, but he's going to sell tickets. He's going to put fans in the seats. Him and Brian Thomas Jr. are going to be arguably one of the best wide receiver tandems in the league. Whew, man. I hate how long they take to announce these doggone picks, man. Shouldn't take this long. You gotta use all of the freaking clock to make a decision. man. We are this close to Shedeur becoming a Pittsburgh Steeler. We are getting pick by pick closer to this happening. If they drive, maybe I should have just waited for the Steelers' turn to pick before I came on here, but it don't even matter now. What's ridiculous is how they just randomly spoil the picks. You might as well not even watch the drive because they post the picks on social media before they happen on TV. Man, we are so close to Shedeur coming to Pittsburgh, man. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. The Panthers got Ted McMillan. I think that's a pretty good pick. Some are going to say, well, they should have went defense, but what good defensive players are you going to get at 8th overall with the injury concerns that Will Johnson has? He pretty much has old man knees at this point. So if you don't know what's going on with Will Johnson, he had surgery on his knee where they had to take out cartilage from his healthy knee and put it into his unhealthy knee. So he pretty much has old man knees at this point, and there's no guarantee he's going to have a long NFL career. But if he falls to the Ravens, man, that could be the steal of the draft. Everybody keeps saying, where's Shedeur going to land? Y'all know where Shedeur is about to land. I've been telling y'all this for the last 2 months. He's coming to Pittsburgh. Hell you mean where Shedeur is getting drafted? He's coming to Pittsburgh. Come on, man. They cannot mess this night up for me. They cannot. The last time I've been this excited about a draft was 2018 when I thought the Steelers were going to be smart enough to draft Lamar Jackson. And instead, they passed on him for Terrell Edmonds and let the Ravens trade up to get him. The Steelers better draft Shedeur Sanders, man. I will have the biggest crash out on YouTube if we pass on this, man. What are the Falcons about to do, though? So to get caught up with some of the other picks, the Miami Dolphins took Kenneth Grant. I mean, it's not a bad pick. I think it's a pretty good pick. I like Kenneth Grant a lot. You definitely probably would have wanted to see Miami go offensive line, though, but they need defensive line help as well. So no matter what, they still are getting better because you got to become more physical in the trenches. Shout out to my guy Joshua Hilton. He says, my boy Bryce Young got help with Ted McMillan. Yeah, I had a feeling the Panthers were probably going to go either with Ted McMillan or Tyler Warren. And I'm not against it. You can get mad and say, oh, they had to go defense. What blue chip defensive players are you going to get 8th overall? It makes a lot of sense to go offense and continue to build around your franchise quarterback. You want to make sure that Bryce has everything possible around him everything around him necessary to have successful year 3. This is make or break for Bryce Young. So you now have Coker, you got Leggett, you have Shedeur Sanders from Texas, and now you got Ted McMillan, who to me profiles a lot like Drake London. Really good possession receiver, has good hands. He's a really good 50-50 ball guy as well. My only question is his explosiveness coming off the line of scrimmage. You know, sometimes he looked like he was kind of coasting, but I think it was a really good pickup for the Carolina Panthers. Shedeur Sanders, they're waiting with that big old chain, man. You know where you coming, my boy. You know where you coming. You coming to Pittsburgh, man. You're coming to Pittsburgh. Bro, if the Steelers take Jackson Dart or Jalen Milroe over Shedeur Sanders, I don't even want to think about it. Just know, no longer consider me a Pittsburgh Steelers fan if we pass on Shedeur Sanders, bro. We are getting Shedeur. He's coming to Pittsburgh. I've been praying to the football gods all offseason long for this, and we are this close to this happening, man. This close. Who are the Falcons picking? You got to think they're going Jalen Walker. You have to think they go Jalen Walker here. They have to go with Jalen Walker. At least that's what I'm thinking. I think Jalen Walker makes a lot of sense for Atlanta at this spot. Now they want to start spoiling the picks. They were spoiling the picks for the past couple of minutes. Now they want to stop spoiling the picks once we get to the Falcons. Or the Falcons that irrelevant? Come on, man. We need Shedeur in the black and gold. We need it. We need it. Yep, they took Jalen Walker. Exactly what the Falcons needed. Really good pickup. I like Jalen Walker at this spot. They've been lacking edge. They signed what was his name? They traded for Matthew Judon last offseason. Well, before the season started. He didn't really do too much at all. You definitely need some more help at edge. So Jalen Walker to Atlanta makes a lot of sense. Probably the best draft pick the Falcons have made in these last couple of years. So now the Arizona Cardinals on the board. Let's see what they do. I could see Arizona going Will Johnson here. I could see Arizona going Will Johnson. I think they're going to go Will Johnson. Either they go Will Johnson or they go Donovan Ezuraku. Let me see something real quick. Let me see their depth chart. Because I know they just signed an edge rusher from Philadelphia in free agency. His name is slipping my brain right now. Josh Sweat. That's who they got. They got Josh Sweat. Yeah, they definitely could go Will Johnson here. They have Sean Murphy Button, who isn't too bad. Max Melton, he could be decent, but you definitely could take Will Johnson here. Or do they go receiver? I don't know. Yeah, they could go receiver here. They only got Zay Jones and Michael Wilson. They just re-signed Greg Dort, so I guess he'll replace Michael Wilson as their slot receiver. But you definitely could use another perimeter threat. Or you could go offensive tackle. But I don't really know. Maybe you go with the offensive tackle, Emory Williams out of LSU. Or Emory Jones. Yeah, yeah. No. Man, who's that offensive tackle from LSU? Where's the other offensive tackle? Man, I'm trying to think of that other offensive tackle that they had outside of Will Campbell. Man, I just got to go to the draft tracker then. His name's escaping me right now. I know it's Emory something. It's Emory something. I think it's harming that. Bro, we are not. The Steelers are not taking the safety in the first round, my dude. We're not taking it. There's no way the Steelers take a safety in the first round, bro. We got to get a quarterback. We got to get a quarterback. The Steelers have to go quarterback. They have Skylar Thompson and Mason Rudolph on the roster, and they don't have a second round pick. This is going to be Shedeur Sanders. Unless somebody messes that up for us. The Steelers have no choice but to go quarterback. Somebody said Harmon is a D-line. I thought he was a safety. Either way, man, the Steelers have to go quarterback here, man. We can't take anything else but quarterback. It has to be a quarterback here. Unless you're telling me that the Steelers plan on trading for Kirk Cousins or Derek Carr, which I don't even want to think about that right now. Getting Shedeur Sanders allows the Steelers to have a young quarterback on a rookie deal, which allows them to pay George Pickens. It allows them to have more cap flexibility, which they already have a good amount of cap space as it is. How do you feel about Travis Hunter going to the Jags? I love the pick. I absolutely love the pick. They did give up a lot to get him, but it definitely was worth it. You're going to give Jaguar fans a reason to start showing up to the games again. You got Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter. That's one of the best wide receiving duos in the league potentially. And now Travis Hunter has even more weapons to throw the football to. And then let's say you do want to play Travis Hunter both ways, which is what the Jaguars plan on doing. I'm not against that neither. You had a whole lot corner. You pretty much addressed two positions with one pick drafting Travis Hunter. And best believe, outside of the Shedeur Sanders jersey that I'm going to cop when it comes out, I'm going to have a Travis Hunter jersey too. A lot of people in Jacksonville are really happy about this pick, and I can't blame them, man. A lot of excitement. Arizona Cardinals just put their pick in. I'm trying to see who they're going to take. Come on, man. Wow. So the Arizona Cardinals took Walter Nolan. Okay, that's fascinating. I like Walter Nolan, though. Really good getting after the quarterback. I don't know how good he is against the run, but he definitely is going to solidify that defensive line. They got a pretty good defense now on paper. They still need another edge rusher, but you can get that in round 2. You can still get you like a James Pierce Jr. if he's still there. You can get you a Josiah Stewart out of Michigan. So this is a pretty good pick by Arizona. I like Walter Nolan a lot. If Shedeur wasn't on the board and the Steelers had to go anywhere but quarterback, I would have loved for them to get Walter Nolan. Man, we are so close to Shedeur becoming a Steeler, man. If the Steelers pass on Shedeur, man, I would tweak out tonight, bro. They better not play with me. They better not play with my emotions tonight. They know they need a quarterback. They know they need a quarterback. We are literally 4 picks away from Shedeur Sanders becoming a Pittsburgh Steeler. Oh my goodness. Wow. Much love, JT. Excited to see the Steelers get Sanders. I hope they get Sanders. If they pass on Shedeur Sanders, this will be my last day ever being a Steeler fan. And I promise you that. You will never see me ever openly claim the Pittsburgh Steelers again if we pass on Shedeur Sanders. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 4 picks away from Shedeur Sanders becoming a Pittsburgh Steeler. We are finally about to address the quarterback position. We are finally about to find the true replacement, the true successor to Ben Roethlisberger. We are just 4 picks away. Oh my goodness, man. If they pass on Shedeur Sanders, bro, I'm going to be so heated. I'm going to be so heated if they pass on Shedeur, man. I can't emphasize this enough. Bro. They better not play with me tonight because I'm not in the mood to be played with. I'm not in the mood. They know they need a quarterback. You have Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson on the roster. There's no chance in hell you're going to win a playoff game with Kirk Cousins or Derek Carr. They can't overcomplicate this. They can't overcomplicate this at all, man. They have to go quarterback. I wonder who the Bengals are going to take, though. Do they go running back? Do they go Marion Hampton here? Do they go Marion Hampton? Or I could see them taking out offensive tackle out of LSU, Emory Jones. Let's see. Or they could go Josh Simons out of Ohio State. Like the Bengals are in a pretty good spot. They're in a pretty good spot. They could go Josh Simons. He'll be a pretty good pick. You pair him alongside of the offensive tackle Amarius Mims that they drafted out of Georgia last year. So I think the Bengals probably go offensive tackle here. Or they could go Will Johnson. But I don't know. At this point, it's looking like Will Johnson might just fall out of the first round because of those medicals. Man. We are so close to Shedeur Sanders becoming a Pittsburgh Steeler. Can y'all believe it? The Steelers are just about to have a franchise quarterback just fall in their lap. Wow. Come on, man. Announce the pick. Oh, well, it is in. I'm trying to see. Nobody want to spoil the Bengals pick? Come on, JPA football. You're not about to spoil the Bengals pick? Somebody asked me on Twitter, what does Shedeur Sanders bring to the Pittsburgh Steelers and why are you so excited about him? You're getting a quarterback that should be ready to play week 1. He's going to be throwing the DK Metcalf, George Pickens, Pat Freiermuth. He should have a pretty decent offensive line. Shedeur Sanders is set up to have immediate success in Pittsburgh. And if there was any team that was the best fit for Shedeur to go, it would be Pittsburgh. They already are built to win. Mike Tomlin has been making it to the playoffs for the last couple of years with a watch Russell Wilson, Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett, Mitchell Trubisky. If Mike Tomlin can win with those quarterbacks, he can definitely win with Shedeur Sanders. And I feel like Shedeur Sanders probably ends up being a top 10 quarterback, which should be good enough for the Steelers to end up winning a playoff game eventually. I wouldn't be surprised if they win a playoff game right away with Shedeur Sanders in his rookie season. He could have a similar rookie season to what we've seen out of Jaden Daniels due to the amount of talent that he's going to be surrounded with. Who's going to be the running back that the Steelers draft? We'll have to wait and see, but they definitely do have a lot of options. This is one of the deepest running back classes ever. You could get you maybe a Quinshon Judkins in the 3rd round if he's still there, or Woody Marks in the 3rd round. There's a lot of options that the Steelers are going to have at running back, but in terms of what the Steelers are going to get out of Shedeur Sanders, you're going to have stability at quarterback. You no longer are going to have to worry about playing musical chairs like you've been doing with this position for the last 3-4 years. And with him being on a rookie contract, it's going to help you re-sign George Pickens, help you re-up on TJ Watt. There's a lot to love about Shedeur Sanders coming to Pittsburgh. The cap flexibility, the upside that you get out of him. If he ends up reaching his potential, you got a top 5, top 10 quarterback in the league, and he probably is like the black version of Joe Burrow. And even if he doesn't reach his potential, his floor is still like top 15-ish. He's like a Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott kind of quarterback, even with his floor. I think he's one of the safest prospects in this draft. So the Cincinnati Bengals have taken, oh my God, they made an awful pick. So Cincinnati goes Shamar Stewart. Wow, so they're just banking on the upside. I don't know. I don't agree with this one, man. This is a huge miss. Because they already took a pass rusher last year that was more of an experimental kind of guy, and Myles Murphy. And we didn't really see much out of Myles Murphy last year. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm not tripping, because I know I didn't hear Myles Murphy's name called at all last year. Yeah, Myles Murphy was not good as a rookie last season. Yeah, he didn't even produce any numbers at all. He had no sacks, and he only played 40% of the Bengals snaps last season, and the season before that, he played only 28% of the Bengals snaps. Yeah, the Bengals just keep whiffing on the draft. This is why you don't pay your top 3 guys and allow them to take up 40-50% of the salary cap. This was an awful pick. Shedeur Stewart isn't somebody that's going to be an instant impact player for you at all. I don't really get this pick. They're basically banking on the upside. They're banking that their new defensive coordinator, Al Golden, is going to be able to develop this dude and help him become a decent pass rusher, but he doesn't really have any pass rush moves at all. He's more so just a freak athlete. Unless you're thinking that you're going to get the next coming of Rashawn Gary. Rashawn Gary is like the only prospect that I can recall that had limited production in college, and then he ended up turning into a really good pro. The positives about Shedeur Stewart is that he is a really good run stopper, but I don't think he's going to end up becoming a really good player for Cincinnati. We'll see, though. That's the thing that makes the draft so fun. You never know. Some guys can surprise you with how good they end up being, and a lot of guys surprise you with how disappointing they end up becoming. We are 3 picks away from Shedeur Sanders becoming a Pittsburgh Steeler. They cannot pass on him. Wow. Man, if they pass on Shedeur, man, I'm going to tweak out. Yeah, the Bengals made a terrible pick. This was really awful. He has no pass rush moves. He had limited production. There's just so many red flags with him. It doesn't make sense for the Bengals to make this move. Wow. They really took Shedeur Stewart. The Seahawks are on the clock. You have to think that they take Will Johnson or they go wide receiver. They could take Matthew Golden or Emeka Egbuka. They got Cooper Kupp. They got JSN. They got MVS, but MVS is more of a wide receiver 4 or 5. I think at this point you have to go receiver or you take another corner. Let's see. I think the pick. Who do you guys think the Seahawks are going to take? I think they're going to end up taking Will Johnson. Or they could go offensive line as well. The offensive line has been a huge issue for them also. Maybe they go Josh Simons here. They're celebrating, but it's a really bad pick. I don't think he's going to end up being that good. But somebody was going to take Shedeur Stewart in the first round, so we'll see where they play him at. Are you going to play him, let him rush outside, or are you going to let him become an interior defensive lineman? I don't really know, but Shedeur Stewart definitely was a pretty big letdown considering the amount of hype that he had coming out of high school. The Seahawks have put their pick in. I think they're going Will Johnson. We are 3 picks away from Shedeur Sanders becoming a Pittsburgh Steeler. Man, they better not mess this up for me tonight. As soon as the Steelers pick is over, I'm getting off here and I'm preparing for the reaction episode I'm about to record. Man, the Seahawks can't mess this up. They got to take Will Johnson here. I think they're going to take Will Johnson. I wouldn't be upset if they took Josh Simons neither, though. Because they definitely could use another corner. You already got Devon Witherspoon. You get Will Johnson. That's going to be pretty nasty what Seattle's going to be working with in the secondary. I really don't understand the amount of hate and criticism that Shedeur Sanders is receiving. He should end up being a pretty decent quarterback at worst. I don't think he's going to end up being the bust. He definitely is way better than Kenny Pickett. He has a stronger arm. He's a better athlete than Kenny Pickett. He just has more it. My guy C. Sosa says, where Shedeur is heading, man. You know where Shedeur is heading, my dude. You know where he's going. He's coming to Pittsburgh. We are 3 picks away from making that happen. The Seahawks went guard. They took Gray Zabel. That's a pretty good pick. That offensive line has been asked for, the last decade. So that's a pretty good pick. They do got two pretty good tackles. They still got Charles Cross. I don't know how they still feel about Abraham Lucas, but Graves Abel should be a guaranteed 10-year starter for them on the interior. We're 3 picks away, 24 minutes away from the Steelers announcing that they're drafting Shedeur Sanders. Man, I'm so nervous right now because I'm really concerned the Steelers are gonna fuck this up for us all. I'm really concerned that they're going to do something stupid. I'm really concerned, man. If the Steelers pass on Shedeur, bro, I am going to be so upset. I am going to crash out. I'm going to crash out. I'm really worried they're going to do something stupid, man. I'm really worried. But they shouldn't, though, because you got to draft a quarterback. You have only 2 on the roster right now, and there's no way Mike Tomlin can have any confidence in Mason or Skylar Thompson. And they already passed on Lamar. I don't believe they want to make the same mistake again, passing on what should be a 10-year starter in this league in Shedeur Sanders. The Buccaneers are interesting. They could trade this pick, or they could go BPA. I'm trying to think of what's the pressing need that they gotta have right now, because they're pretty loaded at receiver. Their offensive line is really good. They got a really good secondary. Maybe they go edge. Maybe they go Donovan Ezraku here. Maybe. Or, Zyon McCullum was pretty good last year. I don't know where the Buccaneers could go with this pick, but they are pretty stat, though. I still think they go Donovan Ezraku, though. I don't think Logan Hall has been what they've been expecting. You can play him at defensive end as well. Could they go tight? No, I don't think there's a tight end worth taking at this point. So, yeah, it seems like the logical thing for them to do is to take another pass rusher. I think Donovan Ezraku probably is going to be the pick here. Unless they plan on trading it away. They have had a lot of injuries, though, at receiver. Maybe they go Matthew Golden. They want to get a little bit more depth. It seems like Donovan Ezraku will be the pick here, though. The Broncos, we know they're going to take a running back. It's been reported that they really do love Travion Henderson, but Marion Hampton is still on the board, and I think he's better than Travion Henderson, but you can't go wrong with either or. Man, we got 2 more picks until Shedeur Sanders becomes a Pittsburgh Steeler. I'm so worried they're going to mess this up. Where do y'all think Shedeur Sanders is heading? Do you think the Steelers are going to pass on him, or do you think it's a lock he's coming to Pittsburgh? I think it's a lock at this point. It has to be a lock. It has to be. I'm trying to see what everybody on Twitter is saying. People are still coming at me for my take about the Jaguars trading up for Travis Hunter. It's not a reach, and it's definitely not a bad trade. You trade away the 5th overall pick and possibly a top 10 pick in next year's draft for a guy who was a late first round. No, he's not, dog. Why is there so much hate for Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders, bro? He is not a late, bro. You people are frying me tonight. Straight frying me. You're frying me. The Browns took Mason Graham 5th overall. I like Mason Graham. But right now, he's just more of a good run stopper than he is of being an impact defensive tackle, at least when it comes to getting after the quarterback. So I don't really see the Jaguars getting fleeced in this trade. I think the Browns got fleeced, if anything, because they passed on what will be a guaranteed all-pro player. No matter what side of the ball Travis Hunter chooses to play, because eventually he is going to have to choose and have to play one side. I doubt he's going to be able to last playing both ways for the entirety of his career. And if he does, it'll be a fairly short one. But I'm not going to count him out. He definitely is one of one. We've never seen a player like this before. But I disagree with everybody saying that it was a bad trade. The Jaguars trading up for Travis Hunter. With the situation that they're in with Trevor Lawrence, you want to surround him with as many good players as possible. The Buccaneers pick is in. The Steelers had a 7% chance of landing Shedeur Sanders coming into this draft. Wow. Man. I really want to know who the Buccaneers are about to pick. Because I still believe they're going to take Donovan Ezeraku. No. The Buccaneers went Emeka Egbuka. That's pretty interesting. They already have Jalen McMillan. You got Chris Godwin. You got Mike Evans. Is this a sign that Mike Evans is about to retire after this season? Is this why they made this trade? Because now you're super deep at wide receiver. You're about 4 or 5 receivers deep with all the talent they have in that living room. Or not in the living room, but in that receiver room. Somebody asked, what did Matthew Golden do? I think Matthew Golden probably ends up going to the Green Bay Packers most likely. So the Denver Broncos is now on the clock. I think the Broncos are either going to take Travion Henderson or Marion Hampton. I think either one of those two players are going to be the pick. Everybody's talking about Shedeur Sanders sliding, man. He ain't going to be waiting too longer. He shouldn't be waiting too longer. We are 1 pick away from Shedeur Sanders becoming a Pittsburgh Steeler. Man, Man, I'm about to pass out right now. My heart rate is going crazy right now. My heart is literally beating out of my damn chest at this moment, y'all. Man. They better not pass on Shedeur, man. They better not pass on Shedeur. I know I'm not giving too much commentary. It's just, man, like, I really just came on here to react to the Steelers getting Shedeur Sanders. I'm going to break down like a bunch of other picks once I get up on out of here when I do my reaction podcast to the first round. But Emeka Egbuka, I don't know how the Buccaneers are going to plug him in. They already are pretty deep at receiver, unless they just want to avoid injuries. Jalen McMillan was really good. Chris Godwin, we know how good he is when he's fully healthy. Trey Palmer's is pretty good. Sterling Shepard, he probably won't make the roster. Kim Jarrett also is pretty decent. The Buccaneers are looking really nice. They got a stacked team all across the board. I thought they would have went corner, though. Or at least edge, but shoot, the Broncos are going to take Travion Henderson. At least that's what it's feeling like. With the reports they've had coming out about their interest in them leaking, I think they're going to take Travion Henderson. But I also wouldn't be shocked that they take Marion Hampton. Me personally, I would take Marion Hampton over Travion Henderson just for the explosiveness, the vision that he has, and how incredibly fast he is for a guy of his size. Nobody that's built like Marion Hampton should be moving the way that he does. He reminds me a lot of DeMarco Murray. But Travion Henderson, though, is a beast. He's also probably the best pass blocker out of this entire running back class. So I can see Sean Payton falling in love with Travion Henderson. In a draft like this, you really can't go wrong, but I was expecting to see more defensive ends and more defensive tackles off the board than what we've seen up to this point. Man, we got literally 3 more minutes until the Steelers are on the clock. What do you guys think the Steelers are going to do? Just let me know in the comment section right now so I don't get my hopes up. Do y'all truly believe the Steelers are going to draft Shedeur Sanders? Because all signs point otherwise. All signs indicate that he's going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. But I wouldn't put it past this team doing some dumb shit. I really wouldn't. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Right after the first round concludes, I'm going to be doing my reaction to the first round of the draft, reacting to the biggest storylines, biggest picks, biggest reaches, biggest steals. We trading back. The Steelers aren't trading back, man. Man, I don't know. I don't think the Steelers trade back. Can they really afford to trade back? I'm just saying, it's like, if the Steelers trade back, you're pretty much daring a team to jump ahead of you. You're pretty much guaranteeing that a team is going to jump ahead of you and snag them. I don't know. My guy Ozzie McGee is really confident the Steelers trade back. I hope not, man. I hope we just get this up on out the way and just take Shedeur Sanders. We're a minute and 30 seconds away until the Steelers are on the clock. What's taking the Broncos so long? What are they planning? Are they going to pass on Shedeur? Well, not sure. Are they going to pass on the running back and go receiver instead? Or are they going to take Matthew Golden? Because they definitely do need another receiver as well. I'm surprised Matthew Golden is still on the board. That means in the second round, you probably are looking at Luther Burden, probably being the best receiver available tomorrow when round 2 starts. Man, the Broncos are really milking this thing, ain't they? They are really milking it. They're about to let the clock tick down to 0. No, I don't think no other team waited this long to make a pick. Oh, it's in now. It's in. Let's see. I just go on JPA to see the picks, man. At this point, it ain't even no point in waiting. I'm thinking that they're taking a Marion Hampton or Travion Henderson, though. Will Johnson, he's going to keep on sliding due to the knee injury that he has or the knee surgery that he had. His situation reminds me a lot of D. Milliner. Oh, my goodness. OKC is getting destroyed by the Grizzlies. Absolutely destroyed. The Steelers are officially on the clock, people. Man, they better not pass on Shedeur Sanders, bro. They better not do nothing stupid tonight to piss me off, bro. They do not need to take all afternoon to make this pick. It's pretty simple what the Steelers need to do. They need to take Shedeur Sanders, man. I'm about to hide the chat because I'm gonna click this. I'm gonna click this. Well, I'm gonna clip this. Here we go, y'all boys. Here we go. The Steelers are officially on the clock. Who's going to be the pick? It's going to be Shedeur Sanders, man. I'm trying to tell y'all Shedeur's coming to Pittsburgh. I got to say a quick prayer real quick to the football gods. Dear football gods, we come to you today humble and grateful that you have left Shedeur Sanders on the board for the Steelers to grab. Thank you for allowing all of the other teams in the league to sleep on this brother, that continue to degrade his character, and we greatly appreciate your services finally helping the Steelers land their franchise quarterback. Now just give the Steelers the guidance and the smart decision making necessary to make this damn pick and not screw it up with something stupid. Amen. Here we go. Shedeur Sanders is about to become a Pittsburgh Steeler. Oh, they cannot mess this up for me, man. If they pass on Shedeur Sanders, I'm going to crash out on here, man. I'm going to crash out. I remember having this same level of excitement back in 2018 when I was a freshman in high school and these clowns passed on Lamar Jackson for a box safety. Do not mess this up for me. Do not mess this up for me, Pittsburgh. There's only one player that you need to draft with this selection, and it's pretty damn obvious who it is, Mike Tomlin. Come on, Mike. Do not let me down tonight. Do not let me down. You're taking Shedeur Sanders. You're taking Shedeur Sanders. Come on, man. Wow. The Broncos went Jahdae Barron. I did not see that coming. First corner off the board over Will Johnson. Man, here we go. Come on, man. You're taking Shedeur Sanders. You got Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson at quarterback. You're taking Shedeur Sanders. He's coming to Pittsburgh, man. He's coming to Pittsburgh. Please do not mess this up for me. If you draft anybody but Shedeur Sanders with this pick, I'm no longer a Steelers fan. If they pass on Shedeur, I'm letting y'all know right now, I'm no longer a Steelers fan. Who's going to be my new favorite team? I won't have one. I'll just be a fan of the NFL. There's nobody else who the Steelers need to draft but Shedeur Sanders with this pick. You have no second round pick this year. And when you are back on the clock again in the third round, you're going to be picking from Quinn Ewers, Honda McCord. Come on, man. Don't overcomplicate this. You don't need to use the entire clock. Just put the damn pick in. Write it in, Mike Tomlin. Write it in, Amar Khan. Drive Shedeur Sanders. You need to be writing his name down on that drive card. It shouldn't take this long, man. Come on. Put the damn pick in. Put it in, man. Put it in, bro. Man, I promise you, bro. I promise you, if they pass on Shedeur Sanders, I am going to crash out tonight, bro. I'm going to be so heated if they pass on Shedeur Sanders, bro. Do not play with me tonight, Pittsburgh. I'm not in the mood to be played with. I'm not in the mood. Y'all taking too damn long with this pick. It doesn't take this long to figure out who you should be drafting. Write the name down on that draft card and make it official. Bring Shedeur Sanders to Pittsburgh, man. Man, I feel like I'm about to have a heart attack right now, bro. Oh, the pick is in. Oh, come on, man. Do not let me down, bro. Do not let me down. Oh my God, bro. The pick is in. They're in there celebrating because they took Shedeur Sanders. They better have taken Shedeur Sanders. They better have taken Shedeur Sanders. Man, please be Shedeur. Please be Shedeur. They do not draft Shedeur Sanders. I am going to crash out on here, bro. Man, I'm about to have a heart attack right now, dog. I'm about to... bro, I feel like I'm about to pass out right now. I'm about to pass out right now. Oh, they're about to announce the pick. Shedeur Sanders, please draft Shedeur Sanders. I'm literally begging you, please don't screw this up for me. Do not fuck this up. Shedeur Sanders better be the damn pick. This better be the damn pick, man. They better be drafting Shedeur Sanders. Please don't mess this up for me, Pittsburgh. Please draft Shedeur Sanders. I'm begging you right now. I'm going to get on my knees. I'm getting on my knees. Please draft Shedeur Sanders. Here we go. I'm done with these boys, man. I'm so done with these boys, bro. I can't believe this, bro. I'm done with these clowns, bro. I'm done with these clowns, bro. These clowns took a defensive tackle over Shedeur Sanders, bro? Are you kidding me? What a bunch of idiots, bro. I'm done with these clowns, bro. Get the hell off my screen, bro. I'm done with these clowns, bro.